Oh, it feels a little bit weird just doing a normal intro, but welcome back, guys, to episode 4 of season 6, the Premier League season, hopefully more in the future, of the Grimsby to Glory FIFA 21 career mode. And as you can see on screen, I'm going to go straight to the league table because it's vital about this time, as we are on 7 points after 7 games. I'll take that, a point per game in our first season in the Premier League, literally the first little bit we've done. I think is grand. Chelsea are still on the same amount of points as well. Crystal Palace the same, but Fulham are 3 behind in that top relegation spot. And the reason I say there's focus around it is because this month we play Fulham. We play Fulham, Newcastle and Chelsea. So 3 games, we're going to play them all before moving on to the next month. Next time then we're into a busy, what's it called? Christmas time, December, when I'm actually might be able to sim some games. I mean, I'm going to sim one tomorrow. Of course, being 4, and yeah, Chelsea are underperforming, Newcastle are overperforming, but I think have a weak team, and then we've got Fulham, vital games. And the first question here, FC Evil Genius Hugo Lloris. It isn't really a question, it's saying what an episode this is. This is referring to the one where we beat Manchester United. If you haven't seen the recent ones, go and watch them, as this one says, sign a new striker, they're a bit weak up front, and I agree with that. Campuzano, I think he's stronger, but small still, so maybe we do need a tall striker to come off the bench, like Garcia. That's what got me thinking this comment. I thought, Garcia, tall, maybe we need an option off the bench just for when we're chasing those games like Arsenal. They had a defence that were very small. If we get the headers in and we get in front, we could stand a chance, so thank you for reminding me of that. I think that is great, as John Weltdale says as well. Training sessions off camera, skip them. And a question from Joe Weltdale saying, don't just skip the training sessions, just do them to get sharpness off camera. I think I might actually try that because our team's been very tired. So I'll go for that a little bit today. I am wary of time on my recording today, but still, I'm going to try and do that. I want my players to increase more so we stand a chance with better players and better attributes, and also don't want them tired. And the last one, football friendly, also with Chevalier. He let 3 goals in against Southampton, do a development plan. I have just done that before I started recording today because I forgot to do it in all of my new signings. That's something I always forget to do. I forget to do them until the deadline day has passed, so I'd really need to do it before that, don't I? So I get the most potential out of them and shorten the weeks up so they grow in rating. So I'm going to get the training done and everything, as, what's this? Catching up with the lads I want to talk to you about. Not meeting the demands. I don't get that, Phil Jones. We're doing pretty well at the moment. But he's actually doing really well himself. So I'm going to get on with training days and get to the next match. Also, before that, I actually want to promote a couple of youth academy graduates because I want to fill the reserves up. These aren't going to be going out on loan. They'll literally just stay around the reserves, I think. Probably not get much game time as well, but at least we've got squad depth. So, Rodri Gwillit, he's been here a little bit. The Welsh player, 16-year-old, 64 rated. He looks pretty decent. Promote him to the senior team. And Gabriel Lewis, who's been here quite a while, can play left-back and centre-back, 63 rated. Not too shabby. Are they world beaters? Are they in my immediate plans? Not at all. Are they going to get a loan deal? Maybe the next month once we get some players back in, but for now I kind of need them there just to fill in the squad. There's one change in this next game with Chevalier in goal. Stacey Jones is picking his fitness up a little bit with Ivan and Mola. Todd Cantwell on the left. Now Dowley's trained to be a central midfielder. He comes in for Hove, who's also 80 rated but tired, with Pope at the side of him. Brooks on the right hand side of midfield, who played extremely well last episode, with Florian Balogun, and Antonio Semenyo still keeping Jeff got out, and of course we're not getting Campuzano back any quicker. So Fulham, it's considered I think a bit of a relegation 6-pointer this early on in the season. I really do want to get the win, beating them already this season in a simulated Carabao Cup game, the first round, so do have the upper hand, but we've got to make sure we beat this, or beat these right here, because this can lead to a good season if we get the result. And I don't know if Fulham's changed much, of course, after the miseries of last season when we picked them to the post by winning the championship, but of course they have our old player Martin still there, and it is away at Craven Cottage, maybe a bit of a difficult one. And let's have a look at their lineup then. Have they improved? They've got Moriagani in net, haven't heard of him. Distiglio still there, Vegas, Romeo and Opoku, with Lise Malou and Josh Onoma in CDMs, Tazolis, Josh Martin and Puado. That looks similar to last season. And of course Bruno Petkovic, who looks like a good striker for them. I don't really know if they've got much strength on the bench, to be honest with you. A lot of players that looks like youth, so I can see why they're down there with only 1 win and a draw this season after 7 games, but of course, can't take them for granted. This, of course, is a vital game for us to win if we want to kick on, as Lise Malou with a free kick. I honestly think like this, 7 games in, yes, or the 8th game, is so vital. I think it's going to decide if we threaten mid-table or near the relegation spots all season. I honestly think it does. So let's try and kick on and get a result, shall we? However, 12 minutes in, it has been completely full. And round the corner there, Petkovic onto Josh Onema making a run, and Ivan almost tapped it in. And that's got in the back of the net. Blease has just threaded it in, but I don't believe they've just scored that. How have we let them through that easy and poke it home? I think I am looking at Chevalier there a bit. Quite poor, because that just p-rolled in. Yes, it was off the ground, but the pace on that was minimal. Look at it. He doesn't react early enough, and it's a poor goal to concede that in an important game. Captain Blease, who we got offered in a swap deal for Pope seasons ago, punishes us. Fulham 1, Grimsby 0. Yeah, not a game we want to lose this one. So Brandon Pope, get us back into it here. Balogun into Antonio Semenyo. Got a run from Todd Cantwell round the corner onto him. Can we try and do something here? Cut inside, Todd. You're yet to get a goal for us. You've got experience against Fulham, but it's poor again. Hasn't particularly found his feet in a Grimsby Town shirt yet as Todd Cantwell. And I've said that quite often as he's got the ball again. Can he thread it through the middle to Semenyo? He can. Onto Florian Balogun, just can't poke it round and can't get that. Just good coordination with Semenyo working again today. It's a frustrating game, this one. It's honestly like Scott Parker is just playing the way he's doing in real life at the moment, and very consistent, as that's been given as a handball and about 5 foot in front of where it should have been taken. That's a bit dodgy from them. Referee, pick up your game. And Josh Martin running through again from that just scrawny free kick that wasn't deserved. Petkovic tries to put it across the box, and we've blocked it onto Tizolis, as we've got to try and get another block in here. It's a good turn away. Can we get a block in? Blease with a bad touch to Chevalier. And now we need to try and work our way out from the back. Stacey. David Brooks hasn't got involved at all, and he's got experience against Fulham, but it's going to go into Florian Balogun. Back heel it, back to Brooks, and it's miles past him. Into Pope, though. Onto Semenyo with a run of Dowell, and oh, he struck at the keeper. Good chance gone begging there, but it's our first chance of the game. Can we score our second? Balogun trying to get underneath it. At least we're growing into the game slightly. Like I say, we do well in the second half of games. As Ivan has the ball again in the defence, and that is a poor pass. And Blease on the ball again. We can't let them score before half-time, as Martin makes it 2. They've scored from a counter. They have done what we do to other teams, and Fulham are fully wrecking us here at Craven Cottage, tearing us open at the back, and it's our ex-player to score against us, even celebrating, which, yeah, I respect it, because of course we did beat them last season, and I said some bad things about him, but still, it's really hard that, and it's going to be a hard comeback just before half-time. After we take a corner and miss it, they make it 2. Poor game to start this episode out with, and really not good for the season, is it? Because we'll be back down there scrapping again, which I thought we'd put behind us with 2 convincing wins and a draw, but no! We are 2-0 down at half-time, and we have given ourselves a huge task in the second half. I think something has to change, to be honest, and although they've scored a lot together, I think I'm going to make a change up front, because it needs to happen. We're just not doing that well up there, and Dowell has had a shot, to be honest, and pulled the string, so I'm going to take Pope off and rest him for Hove, because I know Hove can make a difference. But yeah, 2 changes at the break for the Mariners as we try and battle to get back into this game, and I think we can do if we just put the effort in. So Poirot with the turn on to Petkovic right here. Martin is facing the wrong way. Blease, but it's Fulham who carry on domination. It looks like they've treated this game as a must-win, and we just haven't. We've just been playing our normal thing, which isn't bad, but hasn't worked today against another struggling team, because we're usually the ones who like to counter, and they've been the ones doing it as Hove. Get that ball over the top, though. Todd Cantwell, can you do something good in a Grimsby shirt? It's a good turn in. Onto Semenyo. Can he get the run from Todd again and pass it straight into Vargas's feet? Bad. We've never really been able to get the upper hand of Fulham. Yes, we did beat them in the league, of course, and that can be classed as getting the upper hand, but in games, individually against them, they beat us 4-1 last season. They beat us in the first game as well, so we haven't done it. However, we could get a consolation or comeback goal here as Todd whips a good ball in. That was good, but no one on the end of it as Brooks controls it down onto Dowell. Around the corner to Antonio Semenyo. Now onto Hove. And Jeff got with a nice move, but cut out. But Semenyo gets straight back on it. And Todd with a good touch around down the defender as well. Gives it back into Semenyo. Good move. He's still got it at his feet. And Jeffcott took out by the keeper as he saves it well. It looks like the teams that have actually come up from the Championship with us, Crystal Palace and Fulham, are just getting the better of us here. So, Todd Cantwell in the middle to Semenyo. At least we've had a chance. At least the momentum's in our favour, though, as it's a foot race. Jeffcott's going to win it. And he isn't on target. I knew it was going off target since the moment it left his foot. That is poor. Maybe Balogun would have done different as Jeffcott not taking his chance off the bench. And as long as we keep attacking, I think we've got a chance in this game. But we had to really score that, didn't we? 10 minutes to go and Fulham's defence have held on really, really compact and good. Better than our defence. Look at that. That's a terrible move. And Timmy Abraham's off the bench. They're on a counter-attack themselves. Phil Jones comes across. Doesn't get the tackling as it goes into Laurie Santiero. He's straight round the defender who does absolutely poor, Clinton Mola. And it is 3 for Fulham. We've got to try and change something for the next game. That was just woeful. Not a good move at all, that one, as it's punished us as well. It's a good cut away through the middle and into the bottom corner. 3-0 to Fulham. Devastating. And Tommy Doyle comes on for his debut right now. He's held on a while, but now I know the game's probably gone. I can see how he plays as we've lost the ball anyway at the chance to pass it to him. I think after this game I might be making another tactic as well. Just maybe a defensive one or something, or an attacking one, because it's been difficult to break this team down. We've had no plan B, but could we get a goal? We do. Semenyo with a good header. Absolutely no comeback, but a good goal for Semenyo on his trail, as that might be his 5th, you know. He might have the same as Balogun, and it was a good header, a good cross from Brooks, who hasn't done much in the game, but has finally sparked into life when it doesn't matter, really. I'm going to say when it does, but it doesn't, as Clinton Mola. Don't let it be 4-1, because that's a common scoreline for us, as Tommy Doyle cuts it out, and there is the final whistle. 3-1 to Fulham. Not good. Not good at all. So, yeah, I'm going to get on the tactics, back to the training ground, and changing things up, because it needs to happen. That simply wasn't good enough against a rival. Not a direct rival, of course, but a relegation one now as they go above us. Crystal Palace still have a game in hand, so we could be back down into that drop zone, which we don't want, as we play an on-form Newcastle and, of course, Chelsea, who are yet to play as well, but off-form. So maybe we could do them in after Man United. Who knows? As we do survive, though, Crystal Palace still in that zone on goal difference, which is shocking because they ended up thrashing us. So I think I've sorted out 2 different playing styles here. We've got constant pressure and pressure on, heavy touch for the defensive, which is a 4-1-4-1. So we're taking a striker out and putting a CDM in, which I think was kind of alluded to in one of the comments. So thank you for that, whoever it was. As we've got the 4-2-3-1 as well, which I'll probably change to cams in a minute because I think that is good enough. Also, I'm just seeing Ivan's pace. I was not aware of that. He's got 91 pace for a centre-back. Can you believe that? As we're going to go into the next game anyway. And I think I am going to rotate 2 players. One's already done and another one. So Chevalier in goal. Stacey, although Jones is doing well, we need Hardwood Bellis. He's on poor form. He's not going to grow if we don't play him. So I'm going to play him because I want him to be a first teamer. With Ivan in the defence and Mola at left back. Todd Cantwell, Hove, Pope and Brooks in the midfield with Semenyo and Balogun up front. But I'm actually thinking now, maybe I make another change. I think I'm going to put Jackson in for Mola. He takes a -2. Actually, no, he's unfit. But once he gets fit, Mola, your place is in doubt. He's a bit tired at the moment, and he did terribly on that 3rd goal for Fulham. So he's a bit cautious for me. As we've also had an international break before this game against Newcastle. I want to see where they are in the league. 8th. But I want to see how many points, really, because I don't know how many points are separating us from them. And positions are leaping around all the time right now. As they have 13, we have 7. So they've got 2 more wins, which is decent for them, of course, but I don't think that much different. So, at least they're not a big club, as in top 6 Sky bet. So, we're going to try and beat them with this team with power. Come on, Mariners. And it is the black and white derby. Although they're not wearing the stripes, you know, Benitez with Zifuk, Dyer, captain, Kerreher, Diop and Ruek in the defence with Sharpon Kento, Marcos Antonio and Kudus, who's decent, with Fernandez and Gerard Moreno, who I have been told, as St. Maximin's on the bench, got a hat-trick in his last game, so he is going to be double decent, I think. So again, we've got to be on his best form to beat these Fulham. Let's make sure it was a blip. Let's put it behind us, and let's do what we did against Brighton, because that was superb. Brighton were high-flying at that moment in time. I think they were in 8th, and we absolutely hammered them. So we're at home. Let's get our first home win. To be fair, I should have got it against Leicester as well, as that's a good ball over from Kudus. Newcastle could be in front straight away, though, as Chevalier's brought into action. Good save, doesn't follow up on it, though, as Shapenko still has the ball, the Ukrainian, into Marcus Antonio, and the ball is scooped away from us. Pope under pressure on his back, but does get the ball to Semenyo now, and can we counter? It's Florian Balogun back in the middle to Semenyo, now forward looking for Hove, the captain today, trying to charge through, can't break through, so already proving to be a bit end-to-end, as Mola has the ball right here. Todd Cantwell in the middle, through the gap there to Hove, and it's blocked, but Balogun apply the pressure. Walter Benitez is still a decent keeper as well, the Argentinian from Nice. As 15 minutes in, we have a throw in. Brooks forward to Balogun, who almost lost it. Balogun back to Stacey, get that in the middle to Pope, as we've got Hove making a run. He can take a long shot, and it's safe from the keeper. Corner ball though, corner ball, and this is where we could use that tall striker I was talking about at the start of the episode, as Eric Dyer, the Newcastle captain, now clears it. Can we win that next header? Moreno gets it away, but we are keeping the pressure firmly on the Toonami right here, as Stacey gives it in the middle to Pope now, onto Semenyo, back to Hove. Hove forward looking for Pope, can't reach him. We still do have the ball through Taylor Hardwood. Bellis making a great tackle. Love to see him getting his confidence up as the ball's given into Brooks, tries to shoot from range, and we're hoping it'd hit an arm or something, because it was never really on target or going through those bodies. So early on, just waiting on a goal really, which would be nice, as Marcus Antonio now forward to Carlos Fidesz, as we almost got the ball there. It's straight through to him, and they've given a free kick very late there, but Shapenko is down on the ground. That looks like a bad injury. A lot of bad injuries this season, as Ivan gives it away. It's a free kick right here. They're making a substitution. Get the wall right, as it's Gerard Moreno off a hat-trick, stepping over it. Kudos is going to pass it though to Fernandez, tried to bluff us, and Stacey actually gets a touch on the ball and can run. The right back, they've dropped a defender, the fully way back, but the right back's on a great run through to Todd Cantwell, and he's messed up at the worst time to do so. I actually think that was a big chance that's been scuffed now, as Ivan gets the ball back here. Very, very speedy now I think about it, as Hove has the ball forward, carrying it forward onto Semenyo. Balogun round the corner. No, just the partnership that I love isn't getting its chance to flourish, because we've had two very decent defences, very manly defences, just in his faces in the last couple of games, and they like to play some good flowing football, which we haven't been able to. So at half-time, I'd take 0-0, although Newcastle coming forward. It's a great ball through to Kudus, who's got a ball on there, and Hardwood Belly steps across. It's a pass back, but I don't care. Not counted on FIFA, as we're going to throw it out to Todd Cantwell. Just see this out now, boys, because it's a bit of pressure, and we do. It's 0-0 at half-time against Newcastle, of course, searching for this win. I want a win this time at home, as Fulham are winning again. They're on form at the moment. So yeah, boys, let's try and pull a goal out the bag. Not many shots in that first half, which is a bit concerning for us, but then again good in the defensive part, because they really haven't threatened that much, as Todd Cantwell has a run on here. It looks like the defence have gone to 4 at the back, and 4 at the back hopefully can do well for us playing against it, because 5 is hard to get past with these Newcastle 5 defenders. So Semenyo keeps the ball at his feet, gives it into Hove, give it back. Can he still give it back? Oh, Kerreher cuts it out, but I see that they've changed the formation up. So let's run at it, shall we? Hove, again, absolutely dominant as captain. I am loving how the Norwegian has done. He's always been a really good player for us, and I don't think I'm giving him as much credit as he really deserves. Absolute baller, as we give it to Antonio there, giving plenty of space onto Fidesz, who goes back to him. We've just got to stand strong defensively. That's a good ball through the middle, but Stace cuts it out. And Clinton Mola onto Todd Cantwell right there, onto Semenyo now forward, onto Hove. Going to give it through the middle again to Balogun, who tries to make the run over the top, and this is a chance. It's one-on-one with the keeper. It's a bit far out wide. I'm going to look for the cross, in fact, to Semenyo, who doesn't stick out a foot. Biggest chance of the game, that one, but we didn't even shoot from it. Terrible, that. Terrible, in my opinion. Should have took the chances. I think it was a certain goal if he connected with it, but just didn't stick a foot out. Didn't even try, as we now have to try and battle on again. 20 minutes to go, as Fidesz gives it into Gerard Moreno, still on the field, and it's a threat whilst he's on it, because he's a good striker of the ball. I mean, we've just committed a foul and nothing given, so can we take the chance with a counter-attack? Todd Cantwell in the middle to Semenyo, onto Florian Balogun, looks for Semenyo again, but can't get the pass off, and it's really a typical Newcastle performance, to be honest. Very, very realistic, as Kudus is snapped by Howard Bellis, who I'd say has had a decent game as well. Yes, They haven't threatened much, but he's done what he needs to do with Semenyo on the turn. This move could come from him. Can we nick it with 8 minutes to go? And we've scored! Semenyo with a big goal. That should take us away from the relegation zone. And what a time to get it. Under 10 minutes of the game left. And Antonio Semenyo hopefully has done it. Great goal, that one. Balogun with the pass on, which you love to see. And I'm going to go to that 4-1-4-1 now. You know I'm going to. Great finish from the striker. And that could be our first 3 points at Blundell Park of the Premier League season. Getting my defensive players on after that one as well. So Ben Osborne comes onto the wing to give Brooks a little bit of a rest. Of course, a really decent player. Not had the best of games. I think he dips out of some and then comes back into them like we saw against Brighton. But yeah, I'll let it slide as we've got a 4-1-4-1 now with Tommy Doyle sitting because he looks like the most convincing CDM, better than Kieran Dowell, so hopefully we've got to see it out. 2 minutes added on, so don't let us bottle this. Ivan with a good tackle as well, onto Todd Cantwell, who I've kept on because I still want him to try and counter for us. I want to see a good performance in the last couple of minutes as this is a good run from Todd Cantwell. Back heel it now onto Pope, who can turn out, give it to Hove, onto Semenyo for 2. It's a good block. Can we win the header though? We don't, but that is the final whistle, and that is the first win at home of the Premier League season. Newcastle flying high on form, not anymore, as we have instantly replied after the really pessimistic approach to Fulham and bad game with a victory. 3 points, takes us up to 10, and it's glorious. We've managed to scrape it in the dullest game possible, as that takes us up to 14th. Kind of mid-table at the moment. Wolves and West Ham just above us. Watford, the 3 Ws, with Brighton and Fulham just below us. I'm not going to check everywhere as Todd Cantwell's gone up on his schedule. Bit concerning that one, but I do actually want to see if we are above Chelsea, who we play next. Hopefully they haven't got some form going, because it'd be typical. Yep, it looks like they've got some form going when we play them. They've won the last 2 games, so yeah, we're playing at Stamford Bridge. First travel to there against the team that are beloved to me. I don't know if it's going to be the greatest game against them, as Lewis Wing's back from injury. He's took a hit in his rating. He was 74 at one point. I think he's like literally almost 70 himself, so I don't know why his age isn't going down yet. 71. That ain't good, so now it looks like Tommy Doyle could actually stay above him. Wings turned into a backup, which I don't like to say. I actually think I need to start referring to him as a reserve, actually, because that is the main thing. Backup sounds worse than reserve, so I'm sorry for being a bit harsh there, as we're going to go with the same team that just got us the victory against Toon, with Chevalier in goal, Stacey, Harwood, Bellis, Ivan and Mola in the defence, with Todd Cantwell 83 rated. Doesn't warrant it, but that's because of training with Hove, Pope and Brooks. Hove was spectacular in that last game, with Semenyo and Balogun. I mean, Semenyo's just as good as Hove as well, because he's scored 6 goals. Balogun scored 5, so we've got 11 goals between his strikers so far. It looks like we are very attacking heavy with the front players, not getting that many goals from midfielders and defenders as we did in the Championship, but if it's keeping us afloat, I'll take it. And here it is. Stamford Bridge, the Liquidator. Hope it doesn't get copyrighted like the Manchester United theme did for me. That was annoying. So let's try and get a victory against the Blues. The Blues that I very dearly love. Always nice seeing the beautiful Stamford Bridges. Kepa is in goal with Emmerson, Lenglet, Mandy and Jose Guy in the defence. Completely changed with Gilmore, Kante and Havertz. Like I said, Gilmore now in the starting 11 with Ziyech, Immobile and Pulisic. When I get suggested Gilmore, I of course do want him, but he's 84 rated and he's in the starting 11 for Chelsea with like a release clause of 90 million. It's ridiculous. I think the boys aren't as scared as they were at the start of the season playing big teams, because of course Manchester United has proven we've got confidence, and I think against every team really. Fulham was a blip in tactics. I think we've got confidence against every team to try and get a result, so we're not just sceptical and conceding silly goals. As Ziyech, don't let this be a silly goal, now I've said it, gets tackled by Ivan, who has to clear it. Not a good one though, and they still had a chance as it's a corner ball. Not a great clearance, and Frank Lampard will be loving that. Ziyech to whip it in towards the back post. Mandy flooded, ball still all over the place, and it's been given as our free kick. Phew. I've got to try and get out now, but Immobile just sticking the pressure straight on us. It's a very changed Chelsea team, which I do feel is a little weaker than usual, but still strong, as Chevalier has strong wrist to save that one. Good save. And now it's a corner for Chelsea again. Going to try and get this out of the front post. It's in towards the danger zone. Emmerson with a header, and Stacey. Beautiful dive off the line. On the back foot at the Bridge, which, yes, I spoke a big game, but I do think we will be behind against Chelsea for the majority. Hopefully not on the result side of things, but on form and attacking wise, I think they will be on top. As it's into Gilmore, sliding in to block the shot. Gilmore again, as Harwood Bellis clears it out and it's offside. And N'Golo Kante now chipping it over towards Christian Pulisic, who has a gnarly touch right there as we've got it out with Stacey again, like I said, playing really well. Ivan with a good ball through the middle as well, onto Hove, looking for Florian Balogun. He'll want a goal against his old London rivals. And speaking of London, I think the form's been pretty bad there, hasn't it? West Ham we've got beaten by, and Fulham we've got beaten by, and Crystal Palace. It looks like we've got the Leeds, not Fulham curse, the Leeds London curse, which I don't want. So let's try and break it. Brooks over the top to Balogun with a good touch. Looks for Brooks again. That's a good exchange with the ball. Can we get it back through the middle there? We can. Onto Balogun. Great touch away. Left foot. And oh, what a rocket into the top bins. First attack. First counter, we take the lead against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. What a goal! I think that's our greatest goal yet, because it didn't just fly into the top corner, it rocketed. Great ball through from David Brooks. It's a great touch to take Mandy out of the occasion, and it's just straight past Kepa. No chance, Arisa Balaga. Absolutely no chance. The beautiful fluorescent red boots of Balogun makes it 6 for him. Do love a win away against a big club like at Old Trafford. Might be doing the same at the Bridge, but a lot of time to hold out. And of course, Man United got 2 penalties against us as Gilmore almost get one against us there. But Ivan gets the tackling. Ivan and Stacey, especially in this defence so far, have done absolutely everything as Todd Cantwell lays it back to Hove as well. Can we get 2 before half-time? I honestly doubt it. But if we do, that is counter-attacking at its finest. Yep, poor pass. And a free kick for Chelsea just on the edge of the box right here. It's a yellow card for Taylor Harwood-Bellis. Did what he had to do, though. Did what he had to do. As it's a free kick quite far out. Hakim Ziyech, I think, does have it in his locker, though. Got to make sure I jump the wall as he's going to shoot. It's over the wall, and Chevalier, great dive on it. I mean, he's saved a lot of good free kicks this season as we lead at the Bridge at the break. Of course, 45 minutes to go, and we have been utterly dominated in this game. One shot, one breakaway for us, so we've been lucky in that aspect. But is the luck going to run out? Who knows? And we've got to try and perform here, but of course, I'm not going to put it past us. Chelsea are going to be on top as they have started this second half out on top. As Pulisic has the ball here, I'm looking at the men on the edge of the box. That's what's concerning me. And I don't have a clue how it slipped through both centre-backs to go to Gilmore to tap it in. Of course, when I speak about the player, he comes on and straight away scores in the second half. I mean, it's a poor start. Look at that. Splits the defence, and it's a really good shot on the turn, to be honest. Chevalier could have done better, but I don't expect him to shoot from that, and I'm pretty sure the keeper doesn't as well. So, it's 1-1 with Chelsea here, and game straight back on. Lampard put the rocket up their players' arses, so we've got to try and make this right. Balogun, straight on the ball right now. Gives it into Pope. Flood that out wide to Todd Cantwell. It's a good ball. Hove and Semenyo making the move, actually, with a good chest there, but Lenglet cuts it out. And I've just noticed as well, Mangi's gone off. And guess who for? Raphael Varane. So that's absolutely great as Todd Cantwell with the ball forward to Semenyo here. Looks like we're actually getting a bit of a foot on the ball recently as Kepa is going to win that foot race. He hasn't actually done too bad, to be fair. And yeah, we've actually started to go into the game a little bit, but then again, I feel like if we're attacking more, they've got a chance at getting behind. As proven here, trying to at least, not really got the ball through. I wonder if Timo Werner comes off the bench as well. He's still on it as Immobile started, of course. Just 25 minutes to go. I'd take a draw. I'd take a draw against Chelsea, really, as Kai Havertz has the ball right here over the top, looking for Christian Pulisic. Going to just slide in to try and block it, but really good turns from the American. He's going into the middle again, and Harwood Bellis cuts it out. Harwood Bellis now on it as well. Gives it into Brandon Pope. Around that corner to Florian Balogun. And Semenyo, make a good run, please. Just make a darting run. There we go. That's a good run in front of Claude Lenglet as we've got a one-on-one here with Kepa. Tries to slot it past him, and the leg that he extends cuts it out. It's a really good save from the keeper, but that was a chance to take the lead at the Bridge, and that would have been fantastic. Hove on the ball here straight away as they're going to give it to Clinton Mole. I was opting to shoot there, but way too far out as Balogun taps it on there to Brandon Pope. He goes for it. And he isn't shooting from long range and getting him on target like he did at the end of last season when he was phenomenal. And just over 5 minutes, I think we've done a good job so far. Timo Werner now on the field as well. Kai Havertz trying to skill us on us. Ivan with a great tackle, and this could be a counter. Semenyo stopped his run though. He's going to shadow the ball though away from Lenglet, which is perfect. With just under 5 minutes to go now. And like I said, I'd take a draw, but if the points are there on offer, and of course Chelsea have struggled at the start of the season, I'm going to try my best to take him. Good ball there, but Not a good ball from Stacey, and don't let them attack from this. It's Kai Havertz looking out on the wing to Pulisic, who's got a run on here, but he does a sidestep, looking to go back in the middle onto Timo Werner. It would be harsh to score here now, Chelsea. 1 minute of added time as Timo Werner has gone back into Jose Gaya. Just keep this out, boys. Don't let them score. Don't give a penalty away. Don't do something stupid as Pulisic is tackled, and it's a corner. Big moment here as Billy Gilmore goes off the field. They're putting a taller player on. I can just sense it as Mason Mount comes onto the front post. Werner! And he's missed. That could have been it, Bottle, but so glad he missed. And you can see why he didn't start not taking his chances. That's a big result, really, on paper. 1-1 against Chelsea away from home. We are doing some giant killing. Well, I won't say killing. We didn't beat them, but some giant disappointing in this save. Great result, in my opinion. And that takes us up to 15th, above West Ham now, above Palace, above Fulham, who started strong against us, so that's all that matters. And it has been probably the best episode so far. Again, like the last one, a win and a draw, which a win and a loss and a draw, actually. Or there was 2 losses in the last one, but I'll take that. 13th position, just 2 points behind Wolves, so there is a little bit of a split there, but 3 points could take us into that little gap. Newcastle playing well, although we beat them, so there isn't much separating this league. It's open, unlike actually the other leagues, which I absolutely love to see, like the Championship. The playoffs were literally like 20 points between 3rd and 6th. Literally, in this league, there is only 9 points between bottom of the league and us. So 3 wins and 3 defeats for us, 3 wins for West Brom, that is. They're back into the race, so I absolutely love how this is going. As unfortunately, guys, I know it's probably a short one today, but I hope you've enjoyed the episode, as this is the end. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Almost at 350 now. 1,350, should I say, which is absolutely phenomenal. Thank you, guys, for the continued support. I'm starving. I'm off to college right now, and I will see you guys all in the next episode tomorrow. Stay safe, and I will see you all in a bit, and peace.